Hello, my name is Sonali Chopra and I welcome you all to a new episode of Around the World in 7 Days. Sun Tzu said that the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Anyhow, war is not the solution to any problem, but is a problem itself. However, still the world has not been able to come out of the clutches of the war. The world was still embroiled in the Russia-Ukraine war when the war between Armenia and Azerbaijan broke out. And now, the fight between Hamas and Israel has once again put the world in trouble. This war has once again divided the world into two camps. One section is standing with Israel, while the other section is raising the voice of Palestine. Countries like America and India have given their support to Israel, whereas China stands with Palestine. But the question is, why is China placing its best on Palestine? Is China behind Hamas? In today's discussion, we will find answers to other such questions. Actually, many experts are suspecting the Chinese involvement besides Iran behind the recent Hamas attack because there are old friendly relations between the Chinese Communist Party and Palestine. The reason for these friendly relations is the association of the Palestine Liberation Movement with China's Maoism. During 1960s and 1970s, China had given armed training to PLO, that is Palestine Liberation Organization, and other Palestinian groups. Even in the United Nations in 1971, China had called for Israel's unconditional withdrawal from the Palestinian areas. Apart from this, China was one of the first countries to recognize Palestinian sovereignty in 1988. It also established full diplomatic relations with Palestine in 1989. However, when China adopted the policy of liberalism and open market in the early 1978s, it realized the need to build good relations with developed countries. In order to further its relations with them, China established official diplomatic relations with Israel in the year 1992. Gradually, the relations between the two countries started strengthening, and the situation became such that today China has become the third largest trading partner of Israel. In the year 2022, the trade between the two countries reached $23 billion. In contrast, China's bilateral trade with Palestine was only $158 million in the same year. Chinese investment in Palestine is also minimal. Despite this, China has always supported the two-state solution. It has on several occasions presented itself as a mediator between the two countries. In the year 2021, China had also proposed a 5-point plan to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. However, China has always been considered closer to Palestine. This is the reason why many experts believe that China is indirectly involved in the Hamas attack. It is a different matter that this time China is not being directly considered as an arms or financial supplier. But questions are being raised on it in view of its relations with Iran. In fact, even if the Iranian government formally denies this, but it provides full support to Hamas and Hezbollah against its natural enemy Israel. Hamas is believed to get supplies of weapons and finance against Israel from Iran. But it is important to note that Iran, which itself is going through economic ups and downs, is highly dependent on China's credit lines and investment plans. China also extends loans to Iran on easy terms, which are repaid through oil exports at less than market prices. At a time when the doors of America and Western countries are closed for Iran, China has emerged as a strong partner of Iran. This is the reason why it is Iran's biggest trading partner. However, despite so much help from China, Iran is facing serious economic problems. In such a situation, it is being speculated that Iran sends the economic support received from China to organizations like Hamas. However, it is difficult to say whether it is doing this at the behest of China or by itself. Apart from all this, while Israel, America, and many European countries consider Hamas a terrorist organization, China does not consider it so. China believes that the Hamas opposition or the Gaza-Israel conflict is part of the broader Palestinian-Israeli conflict. China also considers the recent attack by Hamas to be a result of the failure of the international community to properly resolve the question of Palestine. This is the reason why China seems close to Arab countries in this matter. China has also talked to Turkey, Iran, and Saudi Arabia in this regard amid the ongoing conflict. It is because of China's this positive attitude towards Palestine that recently Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas visited China, where he also signed the Strategic Partnership Agreement. Under this, China also promised to provide support and funds to the Palestinian Authority. Analysts believe that China is supporting Palestine against America to establish its stronghold in the Arab world. China has already challenged American dominance in the Arab world by brokering an agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran. It wants to expand this further and become a major strategist by brokering an agreement between Israel and Palestine. This is the reason that while all the countries have chosen their respective sides, China is still adhering to a diplomatic response by acting to be in the role of mediator. It says that the solution to lasting peace and security lies in the achievement of a two-state solution and the establishment of an independent state of Palestine. In this matter, it is in no mood to anger Israel because both China and Israel are high-tech states. Both of them are continuously moving forward with each other's cooperation. Recently, despite being very close to American, Israel's Prime Minister had extended the hand of friendship towards China also. In such a situation, China does not want to miss this opportunity. Sympathy towards Israel has also increased among the Chinese people. That is why it would neither want to anger Israel nor would it want to weaken its hold in the Arab countries by changing its stance towards Palestine. This is the reason why China is neither openly saying anything against Israel nor supporting the Hamas attack. It still maintains its support for independent Palestine. So that's all in today's episode. See you in the next episode. But before that, let's note down a question based on today's story. Analyze China's neutrality in the Israel-Palestine conflict.